we do have in a number of hadiths and visitations, ziyaras, that Al-Imam Al-Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajah experiences the state of fear and khawf. How do we understand that? If the Imam is infallible, then why is he in a state of fear? You know, the Imam alayhi salam is in a very interesting situation, and when you think about it, it really pains your heart and brings you closer to the Imam. So for example, is the Imam lonely or not? A lot of people think, does he feel loneliness? On the one hand, the Imam alayhi salam has Allah. And when you have Allah, you don't feel lonely. In one hadith, he himself, Al-Imam Al-Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajah, he states, Inna Allah ma'ana. God is with us. And the truth is with us. And we don't need anyone else. فَلَن يُوحِشَنَا مَنْ قَعَدَ عَنَّا. So if people abandon us, it's their loss. This does not make us feel miserable or lonely. We have Allah, and when you have God, do you really feel lonely? On the one hand, the Imam does not feel loneliness. But on the other hand, when you examine the human nature of the Imam, when he sees his own followers have abandoned him, people have betrayed his message, the Quran has been neglected, the Imam experiences a feeling of painful loneliness. It's a very interesting situation. It might be difficult to grasp, but the Imam has these two dimensions. So on the one hand, he's with God, there's no loneliness. But on the other hand, when he feels the betrayal of the people, he feels that sense of loneliness. Because his sense of loneliness is not a personal one. He feels the haqq has become lonely. And that pains the Imam alayhi salam. So now let's talk about fear. Why is the Imam in the state of fear? We have a number of hadiths and the ziyarah that you mentioned that describe the Imam during the ghaibah as being in a state of fear. What exactly is this fear from? Of course, all believers, they have fear from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not something unique to Al-Imam Al-Mahdi. Now, when it comes to fear, by the way, when we fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, many people have a negative understanding of what fear is. Especially like some of our kids, we train them and raise them to have this monstrous image of God that they should get afraid of. Fear basically means that you take something seriously. That's what fear is. If tomorrow you have a job interview, do you have that feeling of anxiety and fear? Why? Is your interviewer a monster? No. Why do you have that fear and anxiety? Because you know it's a very serious day. The seriousness of the issue generates fear. Parents, if you truly love your parents, then you also fear them. What do you fear though? When you fear your loving parents, you know the parents won't even harm you, won't even do anything to you, but you still fear them. What do you fear? You fear hurting them. You fear disappointing them. It's that fear of disappointment. That's why there can be no true love without fear. What reveals that you truly love someone is the fear of you hurting that someone, betraying that someone, letting them down, disappointing them. That's the meaning of fear. When a mu'min fears Allah, what is he fearing? Yes, a basic level is to fear the punishment, but the true believer is not even concerned about the punishment. His fear constantly is, I don't want to disappoint Allah. Because I love Him so much, I don't want to disappoint Him. It's the fear of disappointing God. And that's beautiful. That's the true fear. So this is not something unique to Al-Imam Al-Mahdi. It's something that applies to all believers. Specifically Al-Imam Al-Mahdi, what is the state of fear that he is experiencing? So now, as we mentioned, fear indicates seriousness. The Imam alayhi salam, when he sees all the injustice around the world, when he sees people deviating, killing one another, losing faith, the Imam alayhi salam is so concerned about the state of the world, And he takes it so seriously, such that he's in a state of anxiety. Yes, he knows Allah will support him and he will reappear one day. But when you see human suffering, when you see people rejecting the truth, that in itself generates fear. Because the Imam, he's so haris, he's so concerned about people, he's afraid for them and their well-being. He knows he's protected by Allah, no doubt. No one could reach him and kill him. But he's concerned about me and you. And that's the fear that the Imam ﷺ has.